But we saw sort of like within like 4 days, 3 or 4 days, that it was our community just couldn't cope. This is our wider local community, and our residential place, our unit, Penryn House, backs up onto the Marchog estate, which is classed as one of the 10 most deprived areas in Wales. So it's got a lot of issues with food poverty, social deprivation, unemployment, addiction, etc. But we could see that just, there was a huge number of people within that community that were struggling from day one. And these weren't just addicts, these were people with mental health conditions, the elderly, people with physical disabilities, etc., etc. So we called basically like a crisis meeting with all the people that were referring to us. There was a couple of local councillors, a couple of people from like housing wardens and stuff, and basically just said, listen, get us a list together of all the people who need feeding, and there's a bit, and it just started from there. So we just started off originally. It was like a packed lunch scheme, sort of like, for a couple of days, food every other day sort of thing. But then, like I say, we just kind of, when you look at it now, it's mad even with the short period of time that's changed, but to think how scary things were at the time and how long it took the government, Welsh government, Gwynedd Council to react, to provide food boxes, food schemes for the most vulnerable in the community. We're probably talking a minimum 4 to 6 weeks, and in the meantime, it was us that stepped in to fill that gap, and without us, people, it sounds dramatic, but people would have starved, and that's how it was. And people sat in houses with no gas, no electric, no food, and there was nowhere to go to get money because everything was shut. And like I said, I think people forget how like Armageddon it was, that sort of first sort of 4 weeks, when everybody realised that nobody had ever been through anything like that, nobody had lived through anything like that before, had they? So, and then basically
talk about a prime example of asset-based community development. I mean, there it is.